Assalamu alaikum, this is me Atisham and you're watching my YouTube channel RILS. I'm the expert trainer of IELTS, PTE, OET, IELTS life skills and other English language proficiency exams. In this video, I'm going to discuss another type of phrase which is adverb phrase. Now, if you haven't watched the previous videos, so I do recommend you to first watch those videos with respect to parts of speech and phrase, because this is the series of a lecture about phrase and the concept I've already discussed in the previous video. We discussed noun phrase separately, verb phrase separately, and adjective phrases. So three types of phrases we've already done with, and there are separate videos with respect to these types of phrase along with its definition and examples. So now let's get to start with the adverb phrase. Now, adverb phrase, as you know it by its name, that here the word which will play as a head or plays a major role in a phrase, that would be adverb, because the central focus will be on this adverb. And here normally we see pre-modification in some cases, and head is the compulsory portion, but we don't find post-modification in this particular phrase as we find in noun phrase and adjective phrase. In verb phrase you also don't find post-modification, but you do see pre-modification in terms of auxiliary verb or any adverb that precedes that verb. We call it pre-modification. Now let's get to learn the structure, because adverb phrase will have surely one adverb which will be the central focus, and in a sentence structure basically that adverb plays a role of adverbial, because you have got 7 patterns of sentences: SV, SVO, SVC and SVA, and there are 4 more. So you see that SVA subject, verb and adverbial. So this adverbial will be made by this adverb. And adverb, you know that the function of adverb is it's the modifier of a verb, of an adjective and another adverb. So one adverb can modify another adverb in a sentence structure. So this whole combination, whatever, and you know the concept of adverb in the parts of speech, that they refer to time, they refer to frequency, they refer to place of a particular object. So this is why we call them adverbs. Now let's get to learn about the adverb phrase. Now, as I've already told you the definition of phrase, that it is a word or usually a group of words. So here a word can be, but this is the condition that that word will be the same which you have in terms of the type of phrase. So we have adverb phrase, so that word will be the adverb, right, in this particular case. So now we would use some of the adverbs, and I have told you that adverbs mainly the qualitative adjectives which end with ly, we call them adverbs, like polite, politely, gentle, gently, normal, normally, formal, formally. So formal is an adjective, formally is an adverb, polite is an adjective, politely is an adverb. Now, so one word, politely, this is actually an adverb. Now in a sentence structure, I'll give you example, only will use one word, and that would be adverb, and will make adverbial of a sentence, right? Okay, how? Now let's get to have a bit of examples. Now we'll say, first example, I tell you, he said politely. Now he said politely, so he performed this action, that is the subject portion, and which is a noun phrase, and that said is a verb phrase. And then when you talk about politely, so politely is the manner in which he performed that action, like he said politely. So politely itself is an adverbial, because it refers back to verb. But again, you would say that this isn't the post modification. So we have verb separately, and we have adverbial separately in a sentence pattern that you're going to study in the upcoming lectures, when we will discuss about sentence pattern in a separate video. So you have to wait till that, but now for the time being you need to understand that this politely, it's alone is a word which is adverb, which tells you more about verb, and this in a sentence pattern would act as adverbial, like SVA pattern. He said politely, right? So this is the concept. Some other adverbs that you may use, fast, or you say gently, or interestingly. So these all ly, most of the adverbs, they end with ly. Okay, so this is the concept of using the head of adverb phrase. Now let's get to talk about the pre-modification. Now, as you all know that a word which modifies an adverb, so that would be adverb itself, because adverb is a modifier of not only verb, adjective, and another adverb. So in this case, another adverb would modify this head, like we talked about. He said politely, but if I say he said so politely, and I tell you the manner of that, like politely was that, but so politely, so intensity, I tell you that this manner, politely, and then intensity, so these two are adverbs. So he said very politely. So very politely is the combination of two words, and it is also an adverb phrase. Why? Because here the central focus in very politely is politely, right? So what? So very politely. Now this combination is known as adverb phrase. So in adverb phrase, you don't have the post modification, so you have either a word that would be adverb, or a combination of two adverbs, mainly because one adverb can modify another adverb, and this sort of combination is known as adverb phrase. Now I'll make it in one example, that he runs very fast. So he runs, he is the subject portion, runs is the verb portion. When you come towards the last portion, so you find out very fast. So fast is the manner, and very is the intensity, and very fast, like very politely, manner and intensity. Similarly here, manner is fast and very is intensity, and these two words are actually adverbs, and this set of words is known as adverb phrase. One example I will give you, that so deliberately, so that is also, so is an adverb, deliberately is also an adverb, and this combination again. So he did it quite intelligently. Quite is an adverb, intelligently, because quite intelligently, so the word quite further modifies another adverb. So these two words here also the combination of this adverb phrase, and this whole set, it is modifying the verb in such sentences. So I hope that you have clearly understood about adverb phrase. It's not that difficult, but when you get to move on in the sentence structure or patterns, you're gonna get to know about all these phrases clearly, because then I will tell you that this is this phrase and this is this phrase, and then whatever comes after verb phrase, either it's a complementation one, it's an adverbial section, or it's the object section. So there are various concepts. I hope that this video is clear to all of you. Now, if you are planning to concrete your grammar or to advance in grammar, so I would recommend you to please spread this channel or these videos, so that people can get more beneficial information with respect to the basic English grammar, because this is not for the time being. This is the whole project for writing and oral fluency or communication. So please, I request you to subscribe to this channel and watch and like these videos, and also share it with your acquaintances. So thank you so much for watching this video. See you inshallah in the next video.